friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a pretty big book haul for you, so get comfortable, get a drink or a snack or both. I have two fairly big boxes of books, so for that reason, to save time, we are just going to give you like a couple words that go with what the book's about. So this first box are the ones, this first box are the ones that were not on my radar when I went shopping, but when I found them, I'm like, ooh, that sounds pretty good. So we're going to go with those ones first. And then the second box are books that I've heard about or that have been on my radar for a while. I just haven't gotten them until now. Waiting for You by Suzanne Collistini. So this is mystery podcaster and friendship turned to love. A Killing in the Hills by Julia Keller. This is about a small town in West Virginia where people are gunned down in a diner, leaving only one witness. A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. LGBTQIA plus rep. Then Travel Through Europe. Denton Little's Death Date by Lance Rubin. In a world where everyone knows the day they are going to die, what would you do with your last day? That is also on the night of prom. Jane Unlimited by Kristen Cashore. Multiple realities, choices changing your life forever. Wishing Day by Lauren Merkel. Middle grade wishing. 13th birthday wishing day. 3 wishes. The Creation of a Serial Killer by Jack Olson. The Happy Face Killer, Oregon, True Crime. Say No More by Karen Rose. Thriller, Colt Stalker. Joyland, Stephen King. Amusement Park, Summer Job. Coming of Age, Mystery Murder, or Flipped by Gwendolyn Van Daren. Middle grade, second graders have their first kiss together and the boy runs away. Now they're in 8th grade and it could potentially be first love. The Season of You and Me by Robin Constantine. 2 broken-hearted teenagers going to beach camp for the summer. Love Ensues. Define Normal by Julie Ann Peters. Love this author. Peer Counseling with 2 opposite girls might just find friendship. Cloud Wish by Fiona Wood. Middle grade, about a girl who doesn't believe in magic. Everything like Santa Claus and zombies and vampires and fairies and wishes and magic are for kids until something makes her believe. The Escape by David Baldacci. very sorry, I think I mispronounced that, is Government Conspiracy, Prison Escape. The Kept Woman by Karen Slaughter. Again, love Karen Slaughter. This is an abandoned construction site. Woman's body is found, leads to an abducted woman who's somehow connected to it. The Deceivers by Kristen Simmons. Con Artist Academy. Camp Verler by Scott McEwen. Misfits, Outcasts, Delinquents. Camp, Government Conspiracy. The Bells by Donalil Clayton. The bells have a magic power to make people beautiful, because in this world you are born gray, and unless you have the power of the bells or a bell helps you, you stay gray for your entire life. And then you get royalty and saving the fate of the world in your hands. Then Royals by Rachel Hawkins, about a prince who is trying to teach a commoner who her sister is marrying that prince who's in line for the throne. He's the younger brother, so he's teaching her how to be proper. And this is my other box of books that I know quite a bit about. Again, we're just gonna say a few words, and hopefully you'll kind of get what these books are about. Violent Ends in 17 Points of View of a School Shooting, written by Sean David Hutchinson, Neil and Brendan Schusterman, Eliza Nader, Courtney Summers, Mindy Scott, Trish Dollar, and a bunch more. Jane Still by Lindsay Fay. Jane Eyre retelling where Jane Eyre is a serial killer in the modern world. Then I have A Dog's Journey and A Dog's Way Home. This, A Dog's Journey, they're both by W. Bruce Cameron. This is the sequel to A Dog's Purpose, which I read about 6 months ago. Loved it. Made me cry so hard, and it did not help much that I just put one of my dogs down that week, actually, that I was reading that book. Then there's A Dog's Way Home, which is about this dog named Bella. I have a dog named Bella. So this dog named Bella is lost in the Colorado wilderness, and she has to travel 400 miles to get home. Kind of reminds me of the movie Homeward Bound. I feel like it's going to make me cry. They're both going to make me cry because they're about dogs, and dog books always make you cry. A Map for Wrecked Girls by Jessica Taylor. Sisterhood, boat crash, stranded on an island. Nightmares, The Sleepwalker Tonic by Jason Segall, Kristen Miller, and illustrated by Carl Kowalski. I have everything you need to know about nightmares and how to defeat them on my TBR for March. So I found this and had to get it. I got 2 books by Katie Catogno, 9 Days and 9 Nights and Top 10. 9 Days and 9 Nights is the sequel to 99 Days, which is already on my TBR. This one, I can't tell you what 9 Days and 9 Nights is about, but 99 Days is about this girl who comes back to her hometown after being away for some time, and after falling in love with the Donnelly brothers. Patrick Donnelly was her boyfriend, and something happened and she also fell in love with his brother. ruining the dynamic of the four best friends, because it was the Donnelly brothers, Julia Donnelly, who is their sister, and this girl. I don't know her name. But when she comes back, people are still very upset at her and are still not happy she's back, but she only has 99 days until she moves away for college. Then in top 10, you follow Gabby and Ryan, who are best friends, and they create top 10s together, like top 10 songs, top 10 movies, top 10 everything. So they are about to graduate high school, and they are creating top 10 moments together. And I believe that Gabby is in love with him, but I don't know if he has the same feelings for her. Mockingbird by Catherine Erskine. I read this already. It's about the school shooting and how Caitlin, this girl with Asperger's syndrome, deals with the aftermath of this school shooting that her brother may have been involved in. In her world, everything is black or white, but through this grieving process, she finds that maybe life is gray. 4321 by Courtney Stevens. This follows these teenagers who are the only survivors in this bus crash that happened in New York. There was a bomb on the bus and it exploded, killed almost everyone. I think a year later they make an art installation of what happened, and this is their story of going back and seeing the art and dealing with their grief. Then there's Now You See Her by Lisa Leighton and Laura Strokey. This is about Sophie and Amelia, who are teammates on the tennis team. Not really friends. Car trouble. Abducted. Switch bodies. The Cheerleaders by Kara Thompson. Love this author as well. Cheerleaders have been dying for the past 5 years, and now it's starting again. Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed. Love her. Okay, I've only read one thing by both of them, but so far I really like them. Nowhere Girls is about girls getting bullied, joining together, making the Nowhere Girls that are every girl and everywhere, and fighting injustice. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. European travel, Tuscany specifically, unwilling to go, but because it's her mother's dying wish, she does, and she finds that maybe it's just what she needed. Trusting You and Other Lies by Nicole Williams. This is about a family camping trip where Phoenix, this teenage girl, meets a camp counselor and romance happens. Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This is a wedding. Her sister's wedding. Everything goes wrong for her sister's wedding, so Charlie steps up and has to take control so that her sister gets the most magical wedding. The Good Girl by Mary Chubako. A thriller about this stalker who's stalking this woman, and she goes to this bar to meet her off-again, boyfriend who doesn't show, so she goes home with a stranger to have a one-night stand, only instead of taking her home afterward, he locks her in a secluded cabin. You Are Here by Jennifer E. Smith. It's a road trip romance. Then I got Anne of Green Gables, Canadian classic. Okay, it's a classic that takes place in Canada about an orphan who ends up working at Green Gables. And these are the last 3 books that I have in this haul. And they are all part of the same trilogy. I got the entire trilogy for $4. One of them is hardback and the rest are paperback, but I don't care. They still look nice together. So it's A Study in Charlotte, The Last of August, and The Case for Jamie by Brittany Palavier. This is a feminist retelling of Sherlock Holmes. And that's all the books I got in this haul. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Please give it a big thumbs up and leave a heart in the comments below if you made it to the end. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.